Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video I'll be breaking down everything you need for FPL Gameweek 28. I'll be looking at fixture difficulty, which teams and players to target, as well as captains picks. So let's get straight into it. The first thing I want to do is look at how I performed in Gameweek 27. And it was a good week for me. I got 58 points and a green arrow up to 66,000. My star performers was Lamans in goal, with a clean sheet and 2 bonus points. The same for Daniel Munoz in defence. My midfield and Bumo got an assist and a 6-pointer, and the same goes for Erling Haaland. João Pedro was my captain and he scored early doors. A bit disappointed that he didn't add to his tally, but at least I feel like I chose the right captain. I now have 4 free transfers in the bank and need to start using these soon with Game Week 31 blank upcoming. I have 5 players due to blank, as well as Chelsea's fixtures now turning. I think I'll be using all 4 transfers this week, and I'll go through that in my team selection video, which will be later in the week. So let's get into Game Week 28, and I want to start by looking at the fixture ticker. Brentford sit top with 4 good fixtures, followed by Liverpool, whose fixtures are excellent. Aston Villa, I'm not really interested in buying any of their assets as I own Morgan Rogers already. Same goes for Manchester United, as I already have Bruno and Mbumo. Fulham have a nice looking run, as do Bournemouth. Chelsea's fixtures have now turned, and I don't want to invest in any assets outside of these teams. So what we can deduce from that is that these are the teams that we should be actively targeting. Bournemouth, with great home games against Sunderland and Brentford, and an easy trip to Burnley. Liverpool, who have the best fixtures of the lot, against West Ham, Wolves and Spurs in their next 3. Brentford have good looking fixtures at Burnley, Bournemouth and at home to Wolves. And Fulham play the relegation rivals Spurs, West Ham and Forest in their next 3. I'll now break down those teams individually with their best 3 assets, starting with Bournemouth. First one is Marcus Tavernier, just back from injury. He played 10 minutes off the bench last week. He's probably a nail starter now and on penalties. At only 5.3 million, I rate him as the best Bournemouth option. Another Bournemouth midfielder you could consider is Rayan. He's only made 3 starts, but he does have 2 goals and assists. However, when someone is this new to the league, you're risking the minutes. I don't see much point in paying 0.3 more for him than Tavernier, although if someone's willing to take a punt, it could pay off. And your final Bournemouth asset is James Hill, who has been absolutely outstanding since getting into the Bournemouth starting lineup. He started the last 9 games, and in those last 9 games, he's hit DEFCON 8 times, he's got 3 assists and a total of 46 points. Excellent value for someone at only 4.1 million. On to Brentford, and the first player you should consider is Kevin Schade. He scored 6 goals and got 4 assists from 22 appearances. It's priced at 6.9 million, which seems a little bit expensive when you consider some other midfielders around that price bracket. But if you take a look at his fixtures, I wouldn't be putting anyone off getting him for the next few weeks. Next up for Brentford, if you don't own him already, is Igor Thiago. I don't personally own him, but I think I'll be bringing him in this week. His fixtures just look too good to turn down. Started 25 games this season, plays pretty much every minute, and he's got 17 goals already. Yes, he's been through a lean patch recently, but I'm a great believer that easy fixtures bring form, and with João Pedro's fixtures turning for the worse, I think it's quite an easy transfer this week for me to do Pedro to Thiago. The final Brentford selection is Dango Otera, and I do apologise if I butchered his name. He's 5.9 million, he started 16 games this season and he's got 5 goals and 5 assists. He can be quite explosive and is just another option from a long list of cheap midfielders you can consider for the next few weeks. Now on to Liverpool, who have an extremely favourable fixture run, starting with West Ham this weekend. The most difficult part of selecting 3 Liverpool players was the ones you were leaving out, but I've gone with these 3. And the first one is Florian Wirtz. He was ruled out at the weekend with what looks like a back injury during the warm-up. However, it's probably only minor and he could be back this weekend. But before you transfer him in, please check Arne Slot's press conference. He's scored 4 goals and got 3 assists this season already, and he's got 4 double-digit hauls in his last 9 games. My next Liverpool asset is Mo Salah. Yes, I know he's not been great this season, but could these fixtures bring about a turnaround? He's got 3 assists in 5 games since returning from AFCON. He's still on penalties. Would you chance selling Erling Haaland to buy Mo Salah? Let me know in the comments what you think. I'd be really interested to know. My final Liverpool selection is Virgil van Dijk, and out of all the Liverpool players, he looks essential right now. In his last 2 games, he's got a goal, an assist and 28 points. He plays every minute of every game. There's no worries about him ever being benched at all. Liverpool defensively are looking a lot better recently, They've just kept 2 consecutive clean sheets, although they were probably slightly fortunate to get one against Forest at the weekend. But with these upcoming fixtures, Van Dijk will be going straight in my team. It's just a matter of if I sell Chalobah, Timber or Daniel Munoz. And now on to Fulham, and I'll keep this brief as this section feels like it's dragged on a little bit too long. First up is Raul Jimenez. He scored twice at the weekend, and if anyone's looking for a cheap striker option, they can probably do a lot worse than Raul with his short-term fixtures. My next Fulham selection is Harry Wilson, and I think I'll be bringing Wilson in this weekend. He's done fantastically well this season. He's scored 8 times and he's got 7 assists. He's still priced at only 5.9 million. And one of his advantages is that in game week 31, when City and Arsenal blank, Wilson has a plum fixture at home to Burnley. My final Fulham selection is Joachim Andersen if anyone needs a cheap defender. He starts every game, he plays pretty much every minute, and he gets DEFCON most weeks, although Fulham don't keep too many clean sheets. But they do have a couple of nice home games coming up against West Ham and Burnley. And now some players you should be selling, and the first one, which will surprise a few, is João Pedro. He's been on fire lately, I do have him in my side, and he's done great for me. But with Chelsea's fixtures turning, it no longer appeals like he has done for their easy run of fixtures. That's one of the key parts of FPL. It's getting off your players at the right time and not keeping them just because they've done well in the past. My next player to sell is Enzo Fernandez. He's just not been cutting it lately. His last 3 games have produced 2 points 3 times, and with his fixtures turning, he just does not appeal at all, and I can't wait to get rid of him. And finally, it's another Chelsea asset. It's Trevor Chalobah. Chelsea have been terrible at the back and always find a way to concede. They did it again at the weekend, 93rd minute against Burnley, and he's another one on the chopping block for me. And now on to my Game Week 28 captain's choices in reverse order. In 3rd place, it's Igor Thiago. He's away at Burnley, they never keep a clean sheet. Could this be the game that Thiago bounces back to form? In 2nd place, Erling Haaland, away to Leeds. Leeds have been doing okay recently, but I don't see them shutting City out. And my first choice for captain this week is Mo Salah at home to West Ham. I've just got a feeling that Salah's due a haul. It could well be this week against West Ham. Who are you captaining? Do you agree with Salah? Let me know in the comments. So just a quick recap, as we're almost at the end of the video. My top choices this week are Mo Salah for captain. My best buy this week is Virgil van Dijk, and the player you should be looking to sell the most is Enzo Fernandez. That's all from me for now. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave me a like, and if you'd like to see more, please subscribe. That's all for now. Good luck for this weekend, and I'll see you soon.